In the golden glow, Arizona's sun, flying high above where the cactus run. A drone's sweet serenade, sky so blue over Sonora desert. Just me and you. Mountains in the distance, saguaro tall. Beauty of the wild captivates us all. Winding trails below, shadows play. Desert adventures calling, let's drift away. Under desert skies, hearts are free. Whispering winds, you and me. Sunsets glow, turns day to night. In our desert flight, it feels so right. Heartbeat, moments like these, endless road. Nature's rhythm, life's sweet code. Silent echoes in the air, desert whispers everywhere. Colors change with every breath we take. Amber beams and twilight sing. Lost together, we'll be found in this magic desert ground. A heartbeat under desert skies, hearts are free. Whispering winds, you and me. Sunsets glow, turns day to night. In our desert flight, it feels so right. There is only one of you, only one of me. There's a million of those who won't let us be. But they're not gonna see me bleed. Cause baby, I got you. I've been beaten to the ground, dragged across the dirt. I've been scared to live cause some people never learn. But they're not gonna watch me burn. Cause baby, I got you. It's a new beginnings and a better life. It's a dancing underneath the disco lights. They can try but they can never take me down. Ooh, cause I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. They always bring all the lonely, but with you here nothing can scare me. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. I will tell them what I'm feeling forevermore. I don't care about their feelings, not anymore. So let's show them that love is pure, no matter who it's for. It's a new beginnings and a better life. It's a dancing underneath the disco lights. They can try but they can never take me down. Cause I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Desert Adventures in Arizona. And we are not in the desert. We're actually up in the forest in this Apache Sitgreaves National Forest, doing some boondock camping with the RV. And we're really enjoying the cool weather up here. So hopefully it's not too windy. Let me know if you can hear me okay. If it gets too windy, I'll relocate. Gracie and Jacques Adventures is traveling. She's on the way to Missouri, so she'll be listening. Safe travels, Gracie. Thank you very much. Van Girl Cheryl is here. Good morning. Good morning. Making coffee and breakfast. Yum, yum. John P. Adventures popped in. Good morning. Good morning. All right. I see Sandra gave me some ones, so it sounds okay. Thank you, Sandra. I'm starting with the chat as folks came in. Ava Potterfield and Friends is here. Good morning. Good morning, Ava. I always start my Mondays off with Ava, and I even made it today, parked in the forest. I'm proud of myself. Yeah, I set up underneath this beautiful oak tree. We're in a dispersed campground up here in northern Arizona. It's about 5 hours drive from home base, and it's getting cool up here. Scrolling, scrolling. Box fan D is here. Good morning, D. Good to have you. I was watching Dee's live yesterday. She was on with Tanya, explaining her medical condition that she's having to deal with. So, but we see improvement. In fact, just watching and listening to her during the live, her speech is getting better. I see it getting better. See our views here, channel member. Good morning. Good morning. Tim, Gracie, and Crystal. Sounds good. Catherine Cook is here. Good morning. Catherine, I think you guys are still north of us, right? Up in Snowflake area. Are you still there? Phil's here. Scratches for Lucas. All right. Oki's got Lucas out walking around right now. Hard to tag on the phone. I know how that goes. Good morning. Good morning. Valhalla. Thank you very much. There's the ones from Sandra. Gotcha. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it very much. Sounds good. Debbie F is here. Thank you, Debbie. Appreciate that. This is a beautiful oak tree in the campground. I mean, we're just surrounded by forest. This is up on halfway between Payson and Show Low on 260. It's one of our favorite campgrounds. If you watched a couple of my videos and my live stream, there are wild horses grazing all over out here. And I'm looking around to see if there's any passing through right now. I don't see any. There were a couple of deer down there. There's two does that pass through the same path every morning, and we get to see them. So it's pretty cool. Ron sees America's here. Good morning. Good morning. Good to have you. Ron, we're set up in the forest, buddy. Having a good time. Yes, still in Snowflake. Okay. Doing great today. Awesome. Awesome. So I got a little wind going on here, so I'm using things to hold my papers down. I made these during the last meetup and gave them away. This is for your cell phone, and they were pretty popular. So I made a couple for myself, so you could set your cell phone in there and have a good angle on it. So I'm using that to hold my paper down. What else we got going on? Oh yeah, we arrived here on the 4th, so today's the 9th. This is the 5th day. We'll stay a couple more days and then probably head back home. We have one of our neighbor friends watching our plants and doing some watering and taking care of our place. So we really appreciate Carl doing that for us. And of course, we do the same when they travel too. Ron's supposed to be working today. Take a break. That's awesome, Ron. Glad you decided to take a break here. All right. Just a reminder at the top of the chat, I posted Tanya's live coming up after me. She's going to be talking about chronic pain conditions that she has to deal with. And it's really tough. You know, we all have that some kind of aches and pains, but she deals with some serious stuff. And her and Dee both are inspirations, I think, and they deal with it. They get whatever help they can get for it, and they press on, and that's all you can do, right? That's all you can do. Talca detector is here. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. No, this is live. I'm sitting underneath an oak tree here at 6,700 feet elevation in the Apache Sitgreaves National Forest. So it was in the 50s this morning when we woke up. The high, though, is supposed to be, I think, 78. So it warms up during the day. It's pretty cool at night. Yes, we do love Payson. Yeah. Payson's a great little town. Jane is here. Good morning. Good morning, Jane. Yeah, always great to have good neighbors, right? So here's our camp set up right here. And so we have solar on the RV, about 950 watts exactly. And I have a foldable panel that I put out to pick up a few more watts. So I try to find kind of an open area where I get sun at least a day. So it'll recharge the batteries. And then I brought the Jeep, the black Jeep, this time. Since we're up in the mountains, that works really well for going out exploring. And that's what we did yesterday and the day before. We're up on the Mogollon Rim, is what it's called. So it's the tip of the mountain. There's a, I don't know, 50, 75-mile long dirt road that goes through here, and that's what we use the Jeep for, to explore that. Boy, the night skies here, because there's no pollution, are just awesome. Beautiful night skies. You can see the stars, and this is a picture just from my phone a couple nights ago, and you can see the shadow there in the middle is the Milky Way. And then close by we have Black Canyon Lake, which is a small lake that they stock with trout, and people fish there. And then I know it's probably hard to see if you're on your phone, but there are horses there on the right-hand side on the right shore. Let me see if I can get a closer. There's a closer shot. Those are the wild horses that are living up here. And they're very, very used to people. They just graze around. Now, I've seen teenagers chase them around, and of course, you can't catch a horse. It's running away from you. But I mean, they're very friendly, and they'll watch you as they're grazing to make sure you're not a threat. But it's really cool to see them. Really cool to see them. And they're grazing right through the campground here. Thanks, Joel. Appreciate it. There's Mellow Nomadic Adventures. Marshall. Hello, hello. Good to have you. Let me get back here. Gracie popped in at a rest stop. Gracie says hi to everybody. She's traveling, headed down to Missouri. I think she's going to Johnny's Journeys meetup, which is coming up. So that should be fun. And I think Ava Potterfield and Doug, Ava and Doug are going too. And they're looking forward to that. She Devil's here. Hello, Tommy. Welcome, welcome. I'm set up underneath an oak tree here in the campground. So I had to deal with wind and sun, and now I know what Captain Jack goes through when he does his live streams. Yeah, no Roy and Becky today. They're okay. That's why they're normally live at 11 o'clock our time, and Roy has a doctor's appointment. All right. Marshall saying hello to everybody. Yeah, it's really nice. This is our favorite campground, I think, in all the campgrounds that we have been to in Arizona. We haven't explored them all, but this is our favorite place, and I think it's because of the horses, and it's free, of course. It doesn't cost anything. And oh, here comes Lucas. Lucas is going to stop by and say hi, and he really enjoys it too. Forgive the jerkiness here. Hello, Lucas. There we go. There we go. Yes. Where are you? There you are. There you are. Oh, Mama's out walking you, huh? Yeah, Mama's out walking you. He's a good camper. He really wants to chase the squirrels, though. There's squirrels up here that we don't have in the desert. Okay, okay. All right. Go walk with Mama. There's squirrels up here, you know, those tree squirrels with the big bushy tails. I don't know what they're called, but he sees those things and he just barks and wants to chase them. But he's doing real well, real well. He's a good camper. Yeah, we like it. Beast Journey is here. Hello, hello. Welcome. Oh, I'll bet you would, Dee. Now, there aren't any, you know, amenities here. Of course, you have to bring your water and everything that you need. And so we have about 50 gallons of onboard water on the RV, and that will last us along with a few gallons extra that I bring along. That'll last us a week to 10 days, and that's for taking showers and everything too, which is something we enjoy doing. Yeah. Box Fan D is saying hi. She can't tag, but she's on her phone, and we're glad she's here. She's on the mend. We're really happy to see her. Not sure yet. It is nice, Tommy. It is nice. It was about in the mid 50s, I think, when we got up this morning. Supposed to be 70, high 70s today. Okay, Ron's going to be at Johnny's. That's good. I'm sure that's going to be a blast. Yeah, that's Lucas. It's a little windy. Little windy. Hopefully, it's not too bad. I've got a blanket on top of my EcoFlow battery pack here, trying to block the wind coming from this direction. So hopefully, it's okay. All right. So Box Fan D is doing well. Tanya was helping her out with her live, and Tanya's going to be coming up at 9 a.m. here. We're cruising around the Rim Road trails. Yesterday, we found an interesting site, climbed up a hill, and it's actually an old Apache um, site where they lived about 900 years ago. And I didn't set up any photos of it on StreamYard, but interesting place. They had we couldn't figure out exactly what kind of structure was there, but it was like a rock overhang. And you could sit underneath this overhang, and there was a large basin in there. And you could tell around the edge of the basin they had built up rocks. And I suppose they had a large wall there and used that for a living space, and then collected water that ran off that huge boulder. So it was interesting to sit there and try to think and figure out, how did they live back then, 900 years. They had a couple of storyboards, and they talked about, the women, um, grinding nuts there, and that sort of thing. And it's always interesting, I think, to try to figure out how people lived and what they did. Let's see. This area up here was originally settled by the Apache Indians around. There's a large uh, Native American nation up here around Show Low, I think, is where the majority of them are. And you go to Walmart and places up there, and you see a lot of them, a lot of those people shopping there. So it's interesting history. Native American history is very interesting to uh, to learn and to understand. The town close by is called Heber, Heber, and it was actually settled by the Mormons way back in the late 1800s. So if you remember, the Mormons were traveling to the west, and the majority of them ended up in Utah, but they did settle here for a period of time in Heber. And what they primarily did was they did farming and cattle ranching. And I don't know how long they stayed, but or if there's still a large presence here. But that's how this area was originally settled back in the late 1800s, early 1900s. They even had a post office back then when the town of Heber was created. Oh, here comes the wind. And the post office was opened in 1890. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, I have a little video to show you of the horses that are around here that were grazing right through the camp. It's about a minute long, and here it is. So those are right out here on the road coming in. Pretty cool. All right, Gracie's heading back on the road. Hawkins Family Adventure is sharing her channel. So I had a little senior moment this morning. I had scheduled my live stream for next Monday instead of today. And so I had to scramble and change that. And then I jumped on StreamYard and realized I had to change it on StreamYard too. So I did that this morning too. So if you saw anything weird with this live stream scheduling, that was me. Oh, okay. Catherine Cook says they camped up here too. Yeah, it's a beautiful area. They have a 14-day limit. The last time we were up here, or the time before, they actually had a restriction, fire restriction. You couldn't have campfires, and but this time there's nothing like that going on. Everything is nice and green. They've had some really good rain up here, and everything is nice and green. And boy, you can see these pine cones. They're everywhere. You can tell when the pine trees, ponderosa pines, are happy because, they have lots of pine cones. And there are millions of them around here. It's almost hard to walk because you're stepping on these things. You certainly don't want to be barefooted, I guess. But the forest looks really, really good. Oh, okay. Yeah, Salt River area has wild horses too. White Mountain Apache, right? Gracie's heading back out. Oh, Empire of the Summer. Yeah, Comanche. We actually have a person that lives in the neighborhood that's got Comanche heritage. And there's a few, I don't know if it's a lot, but there are a few Native Americans that have YouTube channels. And one of them I was following was Navajo. And one thing I learned from him was, you guys remember when the eclipse happened and all of us were out there running around watching the eclipse? Well, he said his people actually would stay inside during the eclipse. And the reason they did that was because they considered the eclipse like a reset. I don't remember all the details, but they would stay inside. They would. Yeah, history is good, huh, Sandra? Yeah, Marshall's doing web design, so anybody who has a YouTube channel or wants, even just a basic website, he can help you out with that. And he's very good at it. And he's also a nomad, so he understands, what we're looking for. Yeah, they're awesome. We just love them. Yeah, that's right. All right. So you lived in Arizona all your life. Oh, Topak. Okay. All right. Cool. Very cool. Yeah, I grew up in Tucson. Was born in '56. Grew up in Tucson. Went to school there on the east side of Tucson. Went into the military at 18. Spent 21, almost 22 years in the military, and then, in all the time that we traveled, we went to, I met Oki in Japan, in Okinawa, Japan, and back in the '80s. But everywhere I traveled, Tucson always was special to me. I think it's unique, a unique, very diverse state because I remember growing up as a kid in Tucson and getting a new bicycle for Christmas and going out and riding it around in the cul-de-sac. And then mom and dad would say, okay, go get your baggies ready for your feet and your jacket. We're going up to Mount Lemmon to do some sledding. And we would drive 2 hours up to Mount Lemmon on Christmas Day or thereabouts, and we would have snow up on the mountain, and we would sled and have a good time, and then 2 hours back down to the house, and then we're in the 60s, riding our bicycles around. So I never lived or experienced any place quite like Tucson. And so when it came time to retire from the military, Oki and I were talking about where we would want to live, and we decided to go back to Tucson. We were talking about the northwest area around Portland too. I think that was a close second. But my folks were in Tucson, and everybody, all us kids were, to the four winds, so to speak. And so I was the only one really that had the opportunity to locate back there and give mom and dad a hand when they needed it. And we lived in the old neighborhood for about 8 years before we moved out into the rural area of Arizona and bought some property out there. But yeah, it's held a special, place in my heart. And so we came back to Tucson and settled. And then I got a job with the electric co-op and worked another 20 years and got retired from them. And now we're living the good life, enjoying the fruits of our labor. Oki worked for years and years too and supported me as I went to work every day. And now we're enjoying retired life. So we really love it. And Arizona is one of our favorite places. Oh, you have Salt River in Kentucky too. Interesting. There's Stu. Hello, hello. But I lost it for a second there. I may have intermittent disconnects. I'm going to get up and walk around here in a couple minutes. I'm going to run my thank you ad for the channel members as soon as I find it here. There it is. This is thank you from my channel members.
To all my members out there, you lift me up so high. The support you give me makes me touch the sky. In every lonely moment, when shadows start to fall, your love shines like a beacon. I hear your heartfelt call. Thank you, dear members, for standing by my side. With your strength and courage, we take this wild ride. From morning's glow to starry night, you're the reason I shine, my forever guiding light. In the desert where it's dry, where the cacti proudly stand, you're my loyal companions, my devoted band. Through rocky trails and valleys, we gather every mile. Hand in hand we wander with your endless smiles. Thank you, dear members, for standing by my side. With your strength and courage, we take this wild ride. From morning's glow to starry night, you're the reason I shine, my forever guiding light. where it's dry, where the cacti proudly stand. You're my loyal companions, my devoted band. Through rocky trails and valleys, we gather every mile. Hand in hand we wander with your endless smiles.
Thank you, channel members. Appreciate it very much. Phil says, Navajo blankets. I lost a Hallmark bear paw ring. Ooh. Hope it turns up. Thank you, Sandra. Appreciate it. You know, for years, I didn't know how to answer that. Thank you for your service. I would wear a cap or something and walking around the store, and somebody would say, thank you for your service. Well, what do you say? I finally figured out that a good reply is, I appreciate that. I was proud to serve. So that's how I answer it now. I was proud to serve our great country. I spent 21 years, 4 months, and 7 days ready, signed on the dotted line, ready to go at a moment's notice. And there were some times when I had to come home and grab the bag and go. And I did that. And, you know, they give you a retirement check, and I got some medical benefits out of it. So the VA takes good care of me and has, you know, for, since 1996, the VA has been taking care of me. So I always appreciate the care that I get. And Gracie, by the way, for those that don't know it, Gracie was a VA nurse, and she's retired. She's traveling and on the road to Missouri right now. But, you know, I always like to recognize her. Nurses are very important. And when you're a VA nurse or any nurse, and Johnny's Journeys is also a nurse. Whoop, I just almost got pelted by a pine cone. Just missed me. We really appreciate the nurses, and thank you, Gracie, for your service too, in taking care of our veterans. Appreciate that very much. Yeah. And, you know, veterans are ready to go if we're needed. When you're active duty, your job is to go when they call you. But it's not something that we relish. We don't relish war, but our job is to be ready for it. And that's what we did. I was in munitions, bombs, bullets, and missiles. And some of my work was used in Desert Storm 1 when we pushed Saddam out of Kuwait. And that was the effort that I participated in, and was proud to do that. But we don't relish war. We don't want war. But when our civilian leaders that run our country say it's time to go defend your country, that's what our job was. Oh, very good. Ah, nice. Yeah, it is hot. You're right. And it seems like it's getting hotter. You know, the climate is changing. I'll grant that. You can argue what the cause of it is, but it's definitely getting hotter. And what Oki and I do in Marana, we live in Ironwood Forest National Monument. What we do is we hunker down. We'll go out in the mornings and we'll do our chores, water, take care of our gardens, the citrus trees that we have. And then when it starts to get hot, 9, 10 o'clock, it's hitting 100 degrees. We're inside playing YouTube and watching all you guys. And then that's our summertime routine, which is quite often what the winter folks, you know, do, is you wait for it to warm up before you venture out. In the winter, we're out, you know, probably 8, 9 o'clock when the sun is up and warming things up. But in the summer, we're out early, and then we're back in the house, you know, most of the day until it cools off. Now, when I was working for the electric utility, I was out in it all day long. and you get used to it, right? You get acclimated to it. But as I age, I find myself not able to put up with the heat like I used to. And so we come to the mountains when it gets to be too hot. And luckily, we have some good friends back in Ironwood that watch our place for us while we're gone. And then our daughter and the grandkids stop by and check on the place too. Yeah, that's a nice place to live. Live off the land, right? Appreciate that. Naj is here. Good morning. Another channel member in the house. Naj is from Florida, coming to us from Florida. Thanks for being here. Hope you're doing well. The music came from Suno. Suno is a website that you can go to and make your own music, and that's where that came from. I can show you what it looks like real quick, but you can make some free music. First of all, you ask for your lyrics. You put your lyrics in. I'm typing on the. Here we go. It's an AI creator, music creator. Once I get it up here, I'll show you what it looks like. All right, I'm going to go back here. And Dee has been playing around with this too. Box Fan Dee, she has made a couple too. And it works really well. I learned about it from Traveling Mike. Let me share this page here and I'll show you. Share screen. Here's Suno. Okay, here's what it looks like. I'm checking on my phone to make sure it comes up okay. There is a delay. There it is. Okay, I see it popped up on YouTube. And then over here on the left, you click create. And then here where it says lyrics, first of all, you click the custom button. Here's a custom button. And then you enter your lyrics or describe a song and it'll write. So if I type make, let's see, camping, I'm going to say the northern Arizona forest. And if you put some descriptive words in there, like in the cool northern Arizona forest in Arizona. And then you click, what kind of music do you want? Do you want country? So if I type in country, enter a title, camping in the forest, create. So I clicked on create. And over here on the right, it's creating the song right now. And when you purchase for $10 a month, you can purchase a subscription. And all the songs that are created belong to you. So you can use them on your YouTube channel or any social media without worrying about getting copyright strikes. So here's a song it created. Let me play.
Camping in the cool northern forest in Arizona. Camping in the cool northern forest in Arizona.
So you get the idea. You type in your lyrics, or you can go to any kind of AI program and create lyrics and then dump them in there, and it'll make a song for you. Now, some of them come out kind of corny, so you have to decide and do some tweaking. But it's pretty fun to play with. All right, Sandra's got to take off. Thank you, thank you. You have a good day, Sandra. Darn spell check, I know, right? Especially when you're on your phone. Oh, okay. Grandma Kelly did an interview. All right. Cool. All right, we'll have to check that out. Yeah, Grandma Kelly's good people. Always enjoy watching and supporting her channel. Thank you, Sandra. Appreciate it. Oh, it's getting windy. It's getting windy. I'm trying to block the wind here. Hopefully, it's not too bad. All right, appreciate that, Marshall. So Marshall has a website. Uh, in Marshall, you can drop a link anytime you want, but he puts channel members up there. And I did pick up about 10 new subscribers, Marshall. And then, of course, it dropped off after that. But I think I netted, around 5 subscribers or so. And okay, I'm back. Yeah, tell Gracie I see you when she pops up. Rich Mountains is here. Hello, hello. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. We're up here in the Sitgreaves, Apache Sitgreaves National Forest. I'm sitting underneath a beautiful oak tree, live streaming to you via Starlink. So we take Starlink with us when we travel, and it has a mobile option that we use. It's $150 a month for a mobile. And then I just shut it off, disconnect everything, throw it in the RV, and then take it up here to the mountains. And that's how I'm transmitting to you today. Yeah, they can be deadly, huh? 30 years and a pilot. Awesome. Yeah, my pleasure to serve our country, right? And it kind of makes us uncomfortable, but we have to get used to people wanting to thank us. And Buckeye Kitty, that's right. She's a nurse too, huh? Very cool. Ron Sees America is still here. He was here on break, taking a break from working. Uh-huh. Too hot and humid. From 12 to 5 p.m., that's about it. Well, probably earlier than that, Naj, but I got pulled off of Ron's live the other day, lost an auntie. Sad times. Oh, sorry to hear that, Janice. My gosh. Never fun. Never fun. RV Ashes and April's here. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, condolences, Janice. Today at work and on my build, the boss lady Kitty is telling me to go take care of the garden. Awesome. Awesome. Well, you have a great day and thanks for coming in. I appreciate it very much. Yeah, condolences to Janice. 92. Wow. Hey, that's a good life, 92. Passed the day before my mom's birthday. Yep. You'll be catching up with one another now, I suspect. Yep, I believe so. I believe so. Yeah, Suno is a cool app. Try it out. It's pretty neat. It is a good run. 92 is a good run. And I think that's about how old Oki's mom was when she passed. Yeah, it's worth checking out, Cheryl. The songs are yours forever. Now, what the website says, RV Ashes in April, is that if you have a subscription, which is $10 a month, then you own the songs. If you don't have a subscription, then they want you to post on your social media where it came from. So you would put a Suno link, Suno link, and give them credit. Yeah, it's, if you go to suno.com, that's where it's at. Yeah, SUNO. Yeah, and it works pretty well. Works pretty well. What I use is Chat GPT, and I describe in there, give me a song about flying my drone in the deserts of Arizona over the hills or something like that. And you make it as descriptive as you can, and it comes up with 3 verses and a chorus, and then I dump that into Suno.com, and then it comes up with whatever song. Now you can pick, do you want a rock and roll? Do you want a country song? Do you want, pop? And you just have to play around with it and see how it works. Whatever comes with the laptop. Yeah, it did help, Marshall. And a lot of the people that visit Marshall's website and his channel are van life builders. In fact, I did a couple of tours on his van, and they're still getting views. There is such a thing as what they call an evergreen video that you make, and van tours, especially minivan tours that I did on Marshall, I mean, they have 30, 40, 50,000 views, and they're still getting views even now. Taiwanese, right? Yeah, that's right, Stu. Hey, Jen. Welcome, welcome. Good to have you. How's Lloyd doing today? Lloyd is Jen's little dog. Got to meet him in Ironwood last year. Jen, we're up in the Apache Sitgreaves National Forest, about 5 hours north of Ironwood. There it is. So check out mellonomadic.com. There's information on there on all kinds of stuff. His van build, what kind of vans to look for, what are the best vans, how are they rated, what are the pluses and minuses. He even has some plans up there that you can use to think about and build your van. So definitely worth checking out. Oh, that's right. Diane is an RN too. Yeah. All right. There's Tanya. She's coming up. at the top of the hour, Van Life Voyages. I pinned that link at the top of the chat. Good to see you. Good to see you, Tanya. I know. Yeah, Starlink is a great option, and they actually have a flat panel that I might be interested in if we made more trips. We do a few trips a year. In fact, it's a flat panel you can put on top of your rig, your van, or your RV, and then you can turn it on and turn it off as you need it. So if you're parked for a while and you don't need internet, you just shut it off. And I think, it's a few $100s for the panel, but for our case, Starlink on the house, we use it a lot there. It's easy enough to take off and just throw in the RV and go, and then set it up wherever we're at. So I think we're going to stick with that for now. All right, Peace Journey, thank you. Off to get another lock for the storage room. Okay, you have a great day. Waiting on funeral time. Ooh, 7.5 hours. That's a good drive, but you got to do it, right? Thank you for coming in. Appreciate it very much. RV motorhome that pulls a car or a trailer that I pull. I've done both. I'll show you what we have, Rich Mountains. Um, we started off in tent camping. We went to trailers. We had a small toy hauler. And this is what I settled on. And so I want my wife with me and I want her to be comfortable. And so we bought a 2015 RV. It's a Winnebago Vista. It's 26 foot. And then I tow the Jeep behind it. Now, the drawback for this RV is that it only gets 6 or 7 miles to the gallon. So you have to deal with that with the cost of fuel. If you get a van like Gracie and Jock's Adventure has a beautiful van that Johnny's Journey built for her. If you get a van, you can tow a small car behind it or, just pack up and go when you need to move. So, yeah, it's a tough decision, but this is what we settled on when I retired. And it works really well for us. I put solar on top. I have exactly 950 watts of solar. I have lithium batteries on it. I installed an inverter so we can run 120 volts off of the lithium batteries. And it's set up just the way we need it. So it works well. And it kind of depends on where you're at in your life and how much, how many funds you have to spend too. So we bought this in 2018. It was 3 years old at the time, and it's worked really well for us. So I know it's a tough decision for sure. If you're talking about the one in Georgia, I don't know. There's so much of that stuff going on. I'm not sure, but drones are certainly good for that. Going back to work, Ron. All right. Thanks for being here, Ron. Good to see you. Oh, yeah. Roosevelt Lake is good for camping, isn't it? Whoa, we're at top of the hour. All right. Thank you, Stu, for being here. Yeah, too much of that craziness going on. I don't understand. All right. We'll see you all over at Van Life Voyages. Thanks, everybody, for being here today. Appreciate it very much. And here's another outro that I used that I made with Suno. So appreciate everybody being here. We'll see you next time.
Wake up to a brand new day. Smile at the sun's warm ray. Greet the world with open arms. Spread good vibes and charms. Kind words change the scene. Make life feel like a dream. Help someone who's in need. Plant a little kindness seed. Shine bright like a star. No matter where you are. Kindness takes you far. Light up the world. Together we can make it. Love's the way to fake it. Leave a little joy behind. In every heart you'll find. No need for heavy words. Be like chirping birds. Simple acts can heal. Make every moment real. Shine bright like a star. No matter where you are. Kindness takes you far. Light up the world. No need for heavy words. Be like chirping birds. Simple acts can heal. Make every moment